in the strongest possible terms. It's not my values, it's not how I raised, it's not who I am.
A middle-of-the-night emotional press conference by Patrick Brown announcing he is stepping down from his leadership of the Ontario PCs. This amid allegations of sexual misconduct that surfaced last night. Now, the news of his resignation comes after Brown's top staffers, including his campaign manager and other top aides, quit. Brown will remain as MPP, releasing this statement reading, "These allegations are false and have been difficult to hear. However, defeating Kathleen Wynne in 2018 is more important than one individual. For this reason, after consulting with caucus, friends and family, I've decided to step down as leader of the Ontario PC party. I will remain on as MPP while I definitively clear my name from these false allegations." The now former leader says he will defend himself no matter what.
I will defend myself as hard as I can with all means at my disposal. I've instructed my attorneys to ensure that these allegations are addressed where they should be in the court of law.
A reaction was quick to pour in. This from the party itself. In the interest of the Ontario PC party, we unanimously agree that Mr. Brown cannot continue serving as the leader. Mr. Brown is entitled to a legal defense and due process, but he cannot lead us into an election as a result of these allegations. Premier Kathleen Wynne saying it is a difficult and brave thing to do to come forward in the way that these young women have done tonight. My government and I have been clear on the issue of sexual harassment and assault. In fact, our policy and our ad were called "It's Never Okay." And fellow Conservative MPP Lisa MacLeod saying every citizen of Ontario deserves respect. Everyone has the right to be free from unwelcome behavior or advances. I do not and will not tolerate abuse or harassment, and I will do everything in my power to fight against it. NDP leader Andrea Horwath saying this, that my thoughts are with the brave young women who have spoken to describe horrible, degrading and unsafe experiences they say happened at the hands of Patrick Brown. Patrick Brown must resign immediately. Okay, let's get live to our Tammy Sutherland. She is live right now in Brown's home riding of Orillia, and you are already gathering a lot of reaction this morning, Tammy.
Yeah, definitely. A lot from people who did not know the news until we broke it to them. We're standing right now outside of Patrick Brown's constituency office in the riding of Simcoe North. That covers areas like Orillia, Penetanguishene, and Midland as well. And like we said last night during that press conference, Patrick Brown did say that he will stay on as the MPP here for this riding. We spoke to voters getting their reaction.
I don't think he's not that type of person. I've lived in Orillia all my life, and he's not that type of person. I've seen him several times along the waterfront, and we yappity-yap sometime, and yeah, he's a very nice person, very good churchgoer. He's a very good individual.
There's so many allegations out there of all these high-profile people. It is shocking to come from our community here, small community, so.
And of course, we're looking to get some more reaction from voters here in Simcoe North as more people wake up to this news this morning. Right now, we do know that, as Patrick Brown had mentioned, he will stay on as MPP for this area while he clears his name. He has not said whether or not he will run for re-election coming up in June. Mel, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Tammy, thank you so much for that. So as a recap, here is what we know right now. Yesterday, around 9 p.m., announced that Patrick Brown would be holding a 9:45 news conference. It was around that time he appeared visibly shaken at Queen's Park. And without going into any major details here, he says the allegations against him are untrue. Members of his inner circle who say they urged Brown to step down resigned en masse. And at 1:30 this morning, Patrick Brown resigning. Brown won the leadership of the Ontario PC back in May of 2015. Before entering provincial politics, he was a federal MP. Now, okay, let's get live to our Tammy Sutherland. She is standing by in Brown's home riding of Orillia and gathering a lot of reaction already this morning. And Tammy, many people are hearing it first from you this morning.
Yeah, that's right. We are breaking the news to many people here in Orillia. We're actually inside of a local coffee shop called the Donut Line, right across the street from Brown's constituency office here in Orillia on Memorial Avenue. Many people were either breaking the news to them or they're just reading about it along with their morning coffee and their paper right now with this news. And many local residents here, though, are telling us that this area has been diehard conservative for so many years and that this scandal now really has Patrick Brown's future in politics uncertain.
This riding has been progressive conservative since back in Dr. Reiner's day, you know, and I mean, it probably won't It'd probably still stay on the same, I would think. But, yeah, it's been a long time since there's been a change other than, different people taking over.
Well, honestly, now that's going to put the party in a bit of chaos now because he stepped down that quick. Now what do you do? Who's going to come forward to take his spot? So I quite frankly, I don't know what they're going to do.
Now, several names have been tossed around here in this coffee shop in particular about who the next leader of the PC party could be. Names like John Tory, as well as Christine Elliott from the Whitby area. Of course, she ran for the leadership alongside Patrick Brown a few years ago. Patrick Brown, again, was supposed to be running for re-election as an MPP in a brand new riding just south of here called Barrie, Springwater, Oro-Medonte. Of course, in light of this scandal, we don't know what the future is for that. Mel, I'll send it back to you.
Okay, Tammy, thank you so much for that. Let's get live to our Tammy Sutherland. She has been in Brown's home riding of Orillia all morning long, engaging reaction from people there. And what are they saying, Tammy?
Melanie, we're inside a local coffee shop here called the Donut Line in Orillia. It's actually right across the street from Patrick Brown's constituency office on Memorial Avenue. We're getting a bit of mixed reaction here from people who were learning about the news this morning, whether it's on the radio, on television, or just coming in here now and reading about it with the morning paper and their coffee, including Pat Clark as well. Pat, tell me, what was your reaction when you heard about this?
I was extremely upset. I think you're innocent until proven guilty. He's well known in our community, and I really, really wish he wouldn't have withdrawn. He would have gotten my vote.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, Pat. And again, many people here saying that they're just shocked by the allegations, just still trying to really process the fact that now the PC leader has stepped down. Also, some names being thrown out about who a possible replacement could be for Patrick Brown. The name that's coming up here quite often, Christine Elliott, of course. She was the Whitby MPP who originally ran alongside Patrick Brown for the leadership. She was beaten by Brown. Again, we haven't heard any confirmation about who that possible leader will be, as this is all breaking out overnight, and we're getting some more reaction from people here, of course, here in Orillia throughout the morning, just speaking about what they think about their local MPP now stepping down. He does say that he will remain the MPP here for Simcoe North. We don't know whether or not he will run for re-election in June in the new riding where he planned to run in Barrie, Springwater, Oro-Medonte. Mel, I'll send it back to you for now.
Okay, Tammy, thank you for that.
It does not mean, though, that he is no longer the MPP for Simcoe North, the Orillia riding in which he represents right now. We're standing by there right now. The constituency office hours start at 8:30 in the morning, and Tammy has been up there this morning chatting with constituents in the local coffee shops right now.
Gauge the reaction.
Now, I'm not sure if there's an indication yet whether or not the office has opened or if any staff have shown up. My guess is at this point they may open later. Staff have to deal with this as well. So have we got an indication that did the office open at 8:30? From Tammy up there?
Yeah, if you can hear me here.
Yeah, go ahead,
I'm
Tammy.
here. The office is supposed to be opening up at 8:30, but no one has shown up yet. I'm just walking up to the door again to see if there is any kind of action, but so far doors are still locked.
Is there anybody inside?
They're supposed to be open Monday to Friday till 8:30. No one's inside. We've checked around the back as well, so it may be a situation of, with all of the news breaking overnight, that people are just trying to process that at this point. And we don't know whether or not it will be opening today at all, but so far no one is here.
Yeah, I guess people are still trying to just digest the facts, whatever information is available right now, and they don't want to comment on something that they don't feel they're prepared to speak on yet.
Now, when we talk about, and Tammy, stand by for a moment, and get back to you in 1 second. When we talk about Orillia and we talk about that portion of Ontario, that is the driving force behind what used to be known as the Big Blue Machine, the Conservative Party. And that goes back to the years of Bill Davis and that into the 60s and the 70s. They have always consistently voted Conservative. There's a staunch Conservative riding. And I know, Tammy, that you were talking to some people there. Would they be willing now to consider another party?
Well, the thing is here, it kind of, I'll start a little bit back to where Patrick Brown was elected as the leader of the Ontario PC party. He needed a seat here in Ontario, and so here in Simcoe North, it was actually Garfield Dunlop. He was a longtime MPP here, and he gave up his seat. He retired so that Patrick Brown could have a seat at Queen's Park. Now, the plan was that in June, he was supposed to be running again, now in a new riding at Barrie, Springwater, Oro-Medonte. That's a brand new riding that was supposed to be set up in June. He was going to be running there, and then here in Simcoe North, it was going to be Jill Dunlop, the daughter of Garfield Dunlop, who ran here for so many years. So, you know, the thing is that people here are saying, well, Jill Dunlop is our candidate, so we're hoping to vote for her here in Simcoe North. But many people who we spoke to over at that coffee shop say that they are still, because this is a progressive stronghold, they will be voting for the PCs. Even though they don't know what will really happen with Patrick Brown in his future, they will continue, of course, not to let the allegations really affect the party itself. They're trying to separate that, and that's really the feeling we're getting out here in Orillia.
All right. Tammy, if they open before 9 o'clock, can you please let us know, and we'll see what comments some of the staff, because obviously they're going to have to be fielding the phone calls and comments from local constituents as well.
Thanks, Tam.
All right, Tammy's in Orillia right now, and Patrick Brown, of course, the new provincial riding of Oro-Medonte, Springwater, Barrie, Springwater, Oro-Medonte, sorry. He grew up in Barrie. He has roots that run very deep in Barrie. So at this point, it's be interesting to see now what his support is in the city of Barrie.
Okay, and the details, we're still waiting on them, but it's pretty much two sexual misconduct allegations.
Two allegations of sexual misconduct, and there in the allegations it states that they may have happened when the ladies were 18 and below the age of 18, and he was a federal member at the time. None, again, have been proven in court.
He's categorically denying that any of these things happened.
It looks as though, I mean, if you look at what happened with his conference last night and the reaction that follows, it's almost a certainty that his political career is going to be permanently damaged.
Especially the zeitgeist being where it's at right now with the Me Too movement. It's a very different time.